All right, and welcome back to this edition of UpsideDownDrafting.com. I'm your host, Johnny B., and I took a little vacation. Sorry this video is coming late for some of you that missed me last week. I took a little family vacay. You got to do it, man. You got to always keep the mind fresh, and sometimes fantasy, we just go so hard that, a week off will do you right. The only problem with that is I took a loss. I'm 7-4. And that's because Thomas Rawls was on my bench. Holy cow, no one really saw that coming. I thought Lynch would play. No one really saw Rawls just going Richter. But hey, if you didn't get Rawls the last time we told you, that's too bad, because we told you about him a long time ago. And here we are at the Week 12 stage. We're getting ready for that fantasy playoff run. And, hey, I'm trying not to be the obvious guy here, but with such a home run, and I know you all tuned in to listen to me on Thomas Rawls way back. I just saw something in this guy like so many other experts, but I think just in the fantasy weekly waiver to waiver, no one really took a chance on him because they always figured Lynch would come back. And in my opinion, this serves Seattle best to bring in the rookie, okay? Lynch is getting older, and I just don't think he can take any more hits. Lynch has had his time. He's had his run. So, Rawls enters a huge arena for Seattle, and if he's on your fantasy team, what an awesome RB2. Suddenly now you could even call him RB1, right? But I'm sure you have some other RB1s you can mix in, and it's just it's an awesome thing here if you're a Rawls owner. Sean Drone, 49ers. I am a Niner fan. I did pick him up last week, and I'm sorry, again, I didn't put a video out. I was on vacation, so I'm back. That's my pick for Week 12. If you didn't get him last week, some of you probably already onto him, but just another RB if you're in need. You shouldn't be in need right now. You should be already set up for the playoffs, but Week 12. J.J. Nelson. This guy was off the Richter, man. 142 yards, a touchdown. He was targeted and caught, 4 out of 6. College, went to UAB. The guy's a speedster. He's got wheels on the outside. The only reason he's relevant here, and I'm trying not to be the obvious guy. I'll let the other websites do that, but the reason I like J.J. Nelson is we don't know a lot about Michael Floyd yet, so everyone and all your brothers and sisters and family leagues and JV leagues and even your big boy league are probably going to go for him. So how much budget-wise, you're probably down to pennies and nickels and dimes. You need to spend whatever you can to get him. I truly believe that Arizona is on a roll, and Carson Palmer, who's on my squad, he has a terrible first half against his former teammates and all of a sudden just lights it up. So you just never know what's going to happen in Arizona. I like the fact that Nelson can just hit the fly route, okay? He can go deep, and I love what I see in Arizona. Funchess, we already talked about him, right? I already told you about him a couple of weeks ago, and he's been just on low radar, right? Well, he's already landed that plane. He's off the radar, folks. Everyone knows who he is. We've seen what he's done, so I'm going to put him there if you didn't get a chance to get him, but you should have already had him. Those were my instructions at least a few weeks ago. As far as tight ends, I like Fleener. I like Kobe Fleener this week. I think Hasselbeck is going to really rely on the tight end. They got Tampa at Indy, and I like Fleener's chances. So if you don't have a tight end, we talked about Richard Rodgers. We talked about Clive Walford at the Raiders. So really, we're going to try to leave the tight end position alone because you should have already had a tight end. That's what I keep preaching. But if you need one, there's Fleener. Defense, I like Baltimore, and I really think they're coming on strong. They could be a good fantasy defense. I recommended Houston. I think I hit that correctly before my vacation last week. So I think we're looking good. I'm in third place. Here's my stats, right? I'm 7-4. This guy in front of me has jumped to 9-2. If I had Rawls in my lineup last week, I would have won, right? So it really comes down to there's a lot of things in fantasy football where you could have won or you could have lost, and a lot of people forget that stat. And all that matters, folks, is what the end game says, what your win-loss record is. And I'm making it with this team. I told you all my injuries with Jamal Charles and Jordy Nelsons and all these other folks, but I'm hanging in there. I've made a lot of changes to this original squad. If you've tuned in before, you already know that. Again, waiver wire night, make it special. These are some of the guys we talked about. And again, looking back right here, folks, I told you in week 4 to go get Rawls. And I hope that a lot of you have him because now I'm not talking about gold nuggets anymore. This guy just hit. He's He's the $1 million ticket. He is the lottery ticket that's going to pay off, I think, for your fantasy football playoffs. This is Johnny B from UpsideDownDrafting.com. I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for just all the support on the the YouTubes, and click like, click subscribe. I'm never one of those guys that presses that or tries to advertise that, but shoot, man, I guess I better. I'm not really in sales here, so I better tell you guys to tell your buddies, subscribe, get this thing out there. And thanks for tuning in. I'll be in touch, all right? I'm not going anywhere for the fantasy playoffs. I'll be around. This is Johnny B from UpsideDownDrafting.com. I thank you guys for just, again, all the support. All right, I'm out. I got to go. I'll see you. Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. Go eat some turkey. See ya.